I watched him, he was standing in front of the mirror adjusting his glasses. I said, do you think I'm losing my eyesight? Had it tested, 6 by 6. 2 weeks later, again he failed. So 2 weeks later, he said, now I know why I've been failing. So I said, why? He said, someone's put a black magic on me. So, and here was one of the most talented batsmen who convinced himself that there was black magic and he got dropped from the team. So, in anything in life, during bad times, defeat destroys you when you get demoralized and make mistakes. Similarly, leaders who during bad times compromise on their objective because they rather than aiming at their dreams, they scale down their dreams during bad times. It's the compromise that destroys you during bad times. So anyway, this is for the young people. Now I come to Tehreek-e-Insaf just to tell you that nothing, no political party, no one can stop Tehreek-e-Insaf from sweeping the elections, inshallah. The reason is that this is a phenomena that no one is fully understanding as yet. No one is comprehending the depth of this movement, which is called the tsunami. It has gone right down to the grassroots. People who don't know politics saying, it's in the cities, but what about the rural areas? In rural areas, people are far more politically savvy than the city people. The people who understand politics least of all is the urbanized, westernized elite in Pakistan. The English reading newspaper elite. They have no idea about politics. When I went, and here's someone who belongs to the head. So when I first went to Miawali, which is where was my constituency, so I had read only English newspapers, and I thought, you know, here are these poor, dumb people, they won't understand anything, so I'll have to try and convince them that I am the best candidate. I discovered that 15-year-old, 14-year-old boys understood politics more than I or anyone in the city. Because people in rural areas, their life depends on politics. City people are not affected by politics. But in rural area, the Thana, Kacheri, Patwari, the politics of oppression, of vindictiveness, of the powerful, crushing the poor, they are so scared. It is politics of fear in the rural areas, because the powerful has so much opportunity to squash his opponents, and anyone who doesn't vote for you or your opponents, they have taken such a battering that it's not that they don't understand who to vote for. It's because there is no rule of law. So people are defenseless there against the powerful. But when they see a movement, that will change their lives, the people in the rural areas are the first to stand up. So this movement which started in the city, the tsunami, it has already spread in the rural areas. Everywhere in Pakistan, this movement has gone right down to the grassroots level. And so remember this date. If anyone is a betting person, remember this. You get good odds today. Put as much money on Tehreek-e-Insaf as you can. In the 1992 World Cup, midway through, we were 50-1 to win the World Cup. 50-1, third from the bottom. So I didn't know about these odds. So this friend of mine from England called up and said, bad luck, we've lost the World Cup. I said, what are you talking about? We'll win it. He said, do you realize you're 50-1? I kept it. I said, put every cent on us. He still regrets for not putting money on us. So I'm telling you right now, so don't say you were caught unaware. Put as much money as you can, because nothing can stop Tehreek-e-Insaf except Tehreek-e-Insaf. Only if we make the fundamental mistake of giving tickets to the wrong candidates, that's the only thing that will stop Tehreek-e-Insaf from winning. Wrong candidates, I mean, the face of a candidate does not fit the image of the party. Unless we make that mistake, I can tell you this movement, you haven't even seen 40% of this movement. you will soon see the tsunami gaining momentum. And always the big movement starts about 3 months before the elections. So the moment the caretaker government comes in, you will see, inshallah, the full force of the tsunami. Now I look forward to your question and answers, but I just want to again say thank you for your donations, because this is a new culture coming up in Pakistan. There's no concept of political fundraising. I used to ask people for money before, and they used to laugh at me. There was no idea of how people need to back political parties with good candidates. If you don't back them, we are caught in this feudal system, which will go on and on. The only way to break it is when there's, and the reason why you can't beat them, because they have the money. And because they have the money, they can buy everything. So Tehreek-e-Insaf is the first party in Pakistan that has done two things. Political fundraising is the first party in Pakistan that is holding elections within the party. It's never happened in Pakistan before. So here's a party which is starting with democracy inside, and then inshallah it will give tickets on the recommendations of its elected bodies. It's also never happened in Pakistan before. So this is a new culture for a new Pakistan.
No, because it'll be a chaos. Everybody. We already arranged this on
If you could turn on the lights on the audience now, please. Lighting. We'd like to see the audience. Thank you.
God. Ji.
Hello. Yes. Mr. Khan, welcome to Los Angeles. My name is Gopal Khan. I'm the Senior Executive Producer of GeoTV. And I have 3 quick questions. अगर आप प्राइम मिनिस्टर बन गए पाकिस्तान के, तो क्या आप ड्रोन अटैक उड़वा देंगे? नंबर 2, क्या आप समझते हैं कि आपकी जो आज तक तहरीक-ए-इंसाफ में कुछ लोग जा रहे हैं, उसकी वजह क्या है? We heard a rumor that Mr. Qureshi is leaving soon. So this is very kind of alarming and
the first question, will Tehreek-e-Insaf government stop drone attacks? Very short answer, yes, because it is being done with the complicity of Pakistan government. Carl Levin, when he asked the question to Admiral Mullen in the Senate hearing committee, he asked Admiral Mullen, why are you doing drone attacks if the Pakistan government is objecting? Mullen replied that we are doing it with the consent of the Pakistan government. So Carl Levin then says, why isn't the Pakistan government being honest with its people? Why is it indulging in this duplicity? So the answer is that if a Pakistan government, which is sovereign, which is credible, which has the public mandate, if it stands up and tells the US that drone attacks are completely counterproductive, rather than winning the war, you are actually losing the war because of drone attacks, because it is creating more anti-Americanism. It's turning more people towards the militants. It's a never-ending war, plus it is against all humanitarian laws. You do not eliminate suspects, their wives, their children, their neighbors, as the Stanford University report came up with, only 2% are high-value targets. So we will convince the US not to do drone attacks and leave it to us. A sovereign government will take responsibility of there being no terrorism from Pakistani soil. And secondly, about people coming and going, लेकिन लोगों के आने जाने से कभी पार्टी ना कामयाब होती है ना फेल होती है। सारी नून लीग काफ लीग में चली गई, नून लीग तो सारी काफ लीग बन गई, तो वो जब इलेक्शन हुआ तो फिर नून लीग जीत गई। तो एक्चुअली पार्टी सिर्फ तब हारती है जब उसका नजरिया खत्म हो जाता है। तो आने लोगों की से आप फिक्र करें, लोग आते जाते हैं।
Ask your question, madam.
Testing, yeah, it's working. Okay, well, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Dr. Rubina Shaheen, and I'm a family practice physician practicing in Los Angeles area, Orange County area. And I just wanted to know, let all the audience and everybody here know that I've actually put out the video on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. So in case if anybody wants to watch, that's already there. I've known you for a very, very long time when I was in med school. And you used to come to American Consulate.
Madam, your question, please. Your question.
Okay. Well, my question really is that we talked about 60 years that there has not been any change in the country, in the Constitution, in the way the politics was run over 66 decades. I just want to know what kind of a revolution it's going to take for you to make the change to bring it down to a completely reformed Pakistan, which all of us as immigrants, as people outside of the country, are actually yearning to have. What would you do so different that it's going to take a magical twist from a very conventional, very
I've got it. Let me start. Number one, what is going to make Pakistan different? Number one, rule of law. No society has ever prospered which does not have rule of law. Number one, everyone equal before the law. Protect the weak from the strong. Whether they are minorities, women, poor people, smaller provinces, everyone wants rule of law in Pakistan. So, who can implement the rule of law? A government that imposes rule of law on itself. In other words, if you put yourself under the rule of law, everyone follows it. Today, Shaukat Khanam, I'm very proud to say, it has 2 years running won the best managed non-corporate institute award. It's the best managed one in Pakistan. 2 years running. Why has it won it? Because Shaukat Khanam has rule of law. And I give you an example. In 17 years of the hospital opening, once I tried to do a sifarish. I asked them, there was this big donor for the hospital. His mother had cancer. The cancer she had, the hospital had put an age limit of 50. Anyone above 50 was not going to be treated in the hospital simply because the hospital is completely chock-block. It's completely full. There are only about 15 vacancies a day. 100 patients come every day to the hospital. There's